We're live. Welcome, Highfalutin Ski Bum Podcast, episode number 251. It's been a few weeks, but we're back. It's your pals, Mario and Brian. Mario, what's up?
Glad to be back. We took a little break after 250. That was a big mark. I think we were celebrating and doing stuff.
It's been a busy few weeks.
Yeah, I gotta say.
4th of July. You were traveling. You were international traveler. Had my birthday. I had a wedding. There was a lot of stuff going on. The past
international quarantine is what I was doing.
You were quarantined. That's right, internationally. And that's sort of going to be the main topic. We're just going to talk about what we've been up to because there's definitely some skiing tie-ins that were going on in our lives, as there always is.
Yes, as always.
So thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you sticking with us in the summertime. Check us out, skibumpodcast.com. Socials, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Untapped, at Skibum Podcast. Or go to your favorite podcasting apps, rate, subscribe. We would love that. Send us an email, skibumpodcast@gmail.com. So one little quick thing before we actually get into the app right today. I want to give a heads up. We will be having a new sponsor coming in the near future. And if you're watching the video,
Jeez.
Yes. You may remember an interview we had recently with our friends at Paradise Skis. They are going to be a new sponsor. And I was hoping to have these for our July 9th main topic, trip to Big Snow. But unfortunately, I forgot it was the summer. And I also forgot I needed bindings. That's how stupid. My brain has actually melted in the past few weeks. It is melted.
See, that's where you got to grab them off of another pair that you're gonna put to retirement.
The problem is I don't have a retirement pair at the moment, so I didn't
see.
So then that being said, I will be going back to Big Snow shortly. Last week, Evo, who's not a sponsor, but they did have a sale. God bless them. They had it's winter somewhere sale. Got a new pair of bindings. They should be coming in the next few days.
Nice.
I just gotta find someone to mount them. I mean, I could probably do it myself, but it's probably a horrible idea. I don't want to screw that up.
There's two schools of thought on that. One is it's not rocket science. The other is you don't do it all the time. So I don't know. I'm kind of. I'd kind of be a little happy if you did it yourself, but I'd kind of be regretful if you did a bad job yourself, right? I don't know.
I mean, you measure the ski, you hold an angle, you freaking I mean,
if they screw them up, is it really warranted? No, they're gonna be like, I'm sorry that you didn't buy them together, so it's not like you're getting a warranty protection. Yeah.
I mean, if you go into Google and you say, "Can I mount my own ski bindings?" It said certified ski technicians can mount your bindings onto your ski. It's a simple process. Drill holes
just don't
into skis.
Do it.
Add a dab of glue in the holes and screw the bindings down.
That's really it.
Yeah.
Put some glue and screw.
Yeah. So it's doable.
But you know how it works is you're there with your broken leg and they're like, well, insurance is like, if you didn't mount your own bindings, we might be able to pay this claim out, but sorry.
Yeah. Well,
negates all claims and
so like I said, I don't know why I forgot that I needed bindings. And let's be honest, living at the beach in July, there's not a whole lot of binding mounters in my general region at the moment. So my apologies, but we're gonna get on these skis. I'm gonna have a full review before ski season even starts up. I'm excited. Mario, let's kick it off the way we always do. The good old après today.
Good old après. All right, so you want me to kick it off, or you want to kick? We'll save yours for later.
However you want to do it.
Yours is a good coup de grace.
Mine's good and weird. Yes.
Yeah. Mine's a little weird because it's from Detroit. It's Old Detroit Brewery. Bottoms Up Blonde Ale. Now, I got this as a beer of the month, as part of beer of the month. It's from Frankenmuth Brewery in Michigan. Availability, it's a one-off. I don't know what the fuck that means.
They made one can that means just for you.
That's right. So they're saying it's a golden body. It's a pale golden body topped with decent white head, aroma, sweet, bready, and lightly hopped. The bottle, their claim on the bottle is that.
Can I see the bottle? It's like the Mustang with the girl on it.
Whoa.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's pretty cool, right?
That's really cool, yeah.
But it's kind of weird what they say on there. Bottoms Up Blonde Ale. And they're saying it's a medium-bodied classic ale with a clean, mellow finish. A terrific crossover craft beer for those who want to taste and experience American craft beer. What does a crossover mean? Like it's classic American. Like what?
What is it crossing over from or crossing over to? I do like how it pairs well with chicken, pork, salads, and delicate fish dishes.
Huh. This is interesting. I got to say, it's not like most beers you taste. Now, this is an ale, right? Almost tastes a little whitey, weedy, lagery. I don't know. It's like a mix of everything. I think they mixed a bunch of shit in there and just put it in a bottle. I got to say, it's not bad. It's not fantastic.
They do recommend roasted acorn squash with wild rice stuffing with this beer. So if you have any of that floating around, perhaps.
I think that would be good with it. But I can imagine a little acorn squash, little risotto or something like that with this.
When you're foraging outside of Detroit looking for your acorns and your...
Because that's a lot of the common, diet in Detroit.
Cranberries, perhaps.
So they're saying Frankenmuth Brewery, Michigan's oldest brewery, and it's historic. It's over 150 years of brewing tradition with a unique variety of award-winning ales and lagers.
Huh. Nice.
So begun the brewing career in 1991 is the guy that's running it now.
Damn.
Oh, here it is, including so they started in 1862. John Matthias Falliers,
Jebediah,
and his cousins, Jebediah. They opened Frankenmuth just north of the Fowler's family property in Frankenmuth, Michigan, where it continues to stand today. So, interesting. And they have I like how they do this. So they give me the microbrew news with the details about the brewery.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the back, they do food for the brew, like a little recipe of food. And the recipe they have with this, they're saying meatloaf with brown sugar whiskey glaze.
Ooh. That sounds really good.
Pretty interesting.
How about the Hardywood Low Country Fish Boil? Is that on the list?
That sounds delicious too.
It's like, bro, I'm getting Papa John's when I drink this beer. Like let's lower. Yeah. Let's just dial that back a bit.
I'm getting a little bit of, let's see. It hints of Milwaukee's Best.
Oh no.
Just saying, little hints of it, but no, this is a solid, like normal beer. I'm surprised it's dark. It's dark and a little bit hazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like it drinks like it's very light. Light to the palate. It's like 4 point. It's very low ABV.
4.8.
4.8.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting flavor. I mean, this is something you could probably drink a few of them and nice and cold. That would work. But yeah.
Nice.
I don't know. Either that's hitting me or the damn gummy I took before is hitting me now.
There's some synergy happening. That's all we know.
It's gonna be a rocket ride to hell right now.
Synergy.
Bit in there.
Beautiful
synergy.
Thing.
That's right. All right, Brian, what do you got? You got a funky one now.
I got a funky one. I don't know how I came across this particular seltzer because I've gone down the seltzer rabbit hole because originally it was the craft beer rabbit hole. And then I was like, hey, I want to watch a few calories and blah, blah, blah. Then I found.
Don't you find yourself just wanting to know what it is and understand it, right? Like, so you're kind of curious to say, well, what is that stuff?
Yeah. And of course, I can't just drink a White Claw or a Truly. I have to go find some like bizarre off the reservation ass seltzer.
Crafted as a seltzer off of my.
I want to find some guy's barn where he's making the seltzers and he's putting it in a jug with the 3 X's. Like, I want that kind of craft beer, like that kind of craft seltzer.
He's like a little wizard doing spells over it and shit.
Exactly. A cauldron. I want it made in a cauldron is exactly what I'm trying to say.
Play a little Dungeons and Dragons while you're waiting for your beer, for your seltzer.
Yes. I have no idea how I came across this seltzer, but I must have been, again, I don't even know. I don't know if it was like a.
Was it in a store?
Well, I heard about it. No, I heard about it. And then I had to figure out where I was going to buy it because it's one of those things. Where did you
hear about this?
That's what I don't remember. I don't know if it was like a newsletter or an article or
Chappelle Show.
So during the time we were off, I did a little traveling up to the Adirondacks in New York, beautiful New Paltz area and Franconia near Hunter Mountain. And while I was up there, I noticed that this particular seltzer was available. So being the asshole that I am, I had to ruin my family's travel day by stopping at a bunch of places to try to find this stuff. Now, what it is a hard seltzer called Smooge.
Smooge. Now, is this from
SMOOJ, which crazy enough, also in Michigan.
I was going to say, this is also from Detroit, right?
This is also from Ann Arbor. So,
look at this. We're keeping everything Michigan real right now.
We're keeping it Michigan. We're talking the glove.
Hashtag Michigan love. Glove love.
We're glove love right now. And so I don't remember how I learned about this stupid hard seltzer. It's like a hard seltzer smoothie. Smooge.
Wow.
Pina colada. Where'd you get it? I got it at this place called DeSico's. Now, I'll tell you, if you are anywhere near the 684-84 corridor in like upstate New York, Connecticut, there's a couple of these DeSico's markets. And they are like ridiculous, like nice gourmet grocery stores that have the most unbelievable beer selection. They also have a bar in there that fills growlers.
Wow.
They had King Sue. I actually almost bought a 4. I didn't buy it because, again,
What?
I know where to get it now, though. It's right by my in-laws. I know where to go. They had, they had so much. Like, I actually said when I walked out to the car to Andrea, I was like, yes, I did buy 4 3-packs of this weird seltzer smoothie. I'm like, but you know what? I'm going to tell you about how much beer I did not buy. There was like at least 4 4-packs I wanted to buy. And I said, nay, I did not. I dialed it back. I stuck with the smooge. So this stuff, it is a hard seltzer smoothie. And funny thing about it is you get these cans, you know, the regular seltzer size, the thin, the 12 ounce, I guess, but they come upside down. Why would they do that? Is that a mistake? No, it is not. Look at what this stuff looks like. This is not a seltzer. Like, it's so full of like cream and fruit and madness.
Wow.
This stuff is crazy. All right, it's dairy free, but it's made with tons and tons of fruit. So it's a pina colada. So you're getting tons of pineapple. You're getting coconut. You're getting the little key lime. But it's got like it's like thick. It's almost like if you like pulpy orange juice, it's got like a pulpy orange juice seltzer smoothie crazy texture going on.
I actually like this. I'm sending this to my wife right now because she's the resident
she's the seltzer queen
connoisseur. So this is seltzer smoothie now.
Dude, it is so good. I actually was drinking it in the car while driving. Maybe, allegedly, perhaps. I was only driving like 5 miles, and it's a low alcohol seltzer, but it's so good. for the summertime, if you're at the pool, delicious. Absolutely delicious.
Dude, I drink smoothies for breakfast, so this is like a breakfast smoothie.
Now, the one thing about it is, mentioned it before, a lot of times you want to drink seltzers. God bless you. Did you explode?
I exploded.
You exploded. You drink these things, you know, the whole premise, and I think what makes them really popular is that they're pretty low calories. So they're under 100 calories. Most are like, what, 90, 97, whatever. This bad boy rolls in at about 300 calories. So you are not doing your body any favors. You're not like, you're not doing any sort of like vodka soda, low cal journey with this bad boy.
So how about you make a smoothie?
I don't
even
even
put this in it. So
You
make a
could.
smoothie and then mix this in. Just swirl it in. That would be kind of cool.
Dude, it's just like a dessert. Like, this is a dessert freaking drink. You could have maybe one of these and be like, you know, I'm good. I'm good for now.
Wow.
It's heavy. It's not boozy. It's 5%. It's light in that regard, but it's just, there's a lot of sugar in this thing.
So you're saying
33 grams of
you
sugar.
get one of those, pour it in a glass, and then you put the rum floater on top, right?
It's funny you should say that.
Boom! How did I know that?
For those not watching this, yes, I have a bottle of rum next to me. Because again,
the bottle of Appleton sitting right next to you for the rum floater.
It's very sweet, especially if you're coming from a beer or something a little lighter.
But if you're in the mindset for a pina colada, that's what you're thinking, right?
Exactly. If you're in pina colada mode, but you're like, I don't have a blender, I don't have coconuts, you get one of these bad boys, you will not be disappointed. You definitely get all the pina colada goodness, but it's in a can and it's tasty. And if you got a bottle of
strawberry
rum,
banana is the other one. Did you get the strawberry banana too?
I haven't tried it yet. I actually got 2 4-packs of the pina colada and 1 of the strawberry banana. So I still got a couple floating around. So maybe perhaps next week or in the upcoming, I'm definitely sometime this summer, I will do the strawberry banana one. Not a big banana guy in general, banana flavored anything, but
no.
Considering the good folks at Smooge, what they did with this pina colada, I have no doubt that the strawberry banana is delicious. Now, Untapped gives this a 4.49 out of 5.
Wow.
Yes, that's how
pretty
good
solid.
This is. It's really freaking good.
This is not listed as being anywhere near me in this part of the world. This side of the Mason-Dixon line, it is not being delivered.
There is no Detroit smooging going on in Florida.
But they have online delivery. Bevmo delivers.
Bevmo. Well, also, too, there are rumors you will be in the New England area a little more often than anticipated.
Yeah.
Giggity, giggity.
Boom. Giggity, giggity. I'm going to be bringing beer. Oh, I didn't even think about that. I get 2 suitcases.
Why you got me?
With my flight privileges, I get 2 free bags, which means 1 free bag flies up with me with nothing in it, comes back with all beer.
Look at that.
And smooth.
And maybe smooge. Eat some smooge.
Smooge. JB Smooge. JB Smooge.
Dude, how they didn't get him to be like their spokesperson, I can't even wrap my head around.
Maybe that's in the works. Maybe they're negotiating. He probably wants like half of the profits. Yeah, I'll put my name to it.
JB Smooge.
JB Smooge. I went from JB Smooge to JB Smooge.
It's delicious. If you can find it and you're feeling weird and adventurous and you want a dessert, have at it. You will not be disappointed.
I like Bevmo. They just have one little pop-up that says, "Are you 21?" And you just click yes. Boom, you're in. None of this put your fucking birth date in. Like, I hate that.
It's like, I got to remember my birthday. Then it makes you really, you got to scroll through the years for like every, I'm so fucking
stupid.
old. You're like, wait a minute, people born in 1999 can drink? You're like, God damn it. I remember 1999.
Dude, I always put that I was born in like 1920.
I put, January 1st, 1920.
Why not? Grandpa's drinking.
God damn it. So
I'm putting in my cart right now. I'm ordering some right now.
Go for it. There you go. See, you're living smooch life.
It's the smooch life.
You're living the smooch
Oh,
life.
hashtag smooch life.
So we have a quick story here. Maybe it's not that quick. We'll see how long it goes in the app parade today.
And this is Vice
Speaking
too. I like
of
that.
seltzers. Remember when Vice used to be cool? That was a long time ago.
And then they kind of just, I don't know, they changed.
Yeah. I went
They
to
got
a
rich.
hard seltzer festival and lived to tell the tale. I mean, so brave, so courageous. St. Louis, they had a hard seltzer festival called Seltzerland. It looks like it's actually going to 12 U.S. cities this summer, and this brave Vice journalist had to go to one of them. And of course, the first quote they have from him is, "I'm going to absolutely hate this thing."
Oh, I'm looking up Seltzerland now. They're going to be in Boston and New York.
Because you're obviously too cool for your job and to write about this and to be a journalist. It was at a golf course in St. Louis. It was hot. And they said it was actually like a 2 to 3 mile walk through the golf course. So they, it wasn't like they were just going to put like everything right next to each other. They kind of made it where you had to cruise around and do a little walk-in and get your drinks.
That's cool.
Yeah. And of course, they're complaining about rambunctious 20-somethings ahead of them in line and loud EDM music.
The third place they had it was Tampa. I missed it.
You missed the Seltzerland Festival.
I missed Seltzerland.
Goddamn. Fuck. But they had so they had a list, and the guy's like, "I'm a wine guy. I'm a huge fan of tasting events." So I decided to, look at Seltzerland from that perspective. And what's cool is, I like the way he kind of summed it up. He's like, "I'm not going to review every individual seltzer. They were good, they were bad, but most were mediocre." Which, I mean, is kind of seems to be a theme in the seltzer world. They did say, though, that there were some that were really, really good. Four Hands Brewing, earthy apricot almond seltzer.
They were just wandering around waiting for the girls to be like, "Oh my God, it's the best day ever." And boom, that's the girl that they were like, "Hey, what's up, ladies?"
The girl with the White Claw backpack. Yeah. I believe it's a target-rich environment.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
Unlike skiing, it's a target-rich environment.
There you go. Pineapple basil seltzer from Press. He thought was incredible.
So they said Four Hands and Press?
Four Hands out of St. Louis. Yeah, that one was really good. And that
Four Hands does the wine, right?
Do they?
I think they do wine.
It says Four Hands Brewing. And the nearly undrinkably sweet cotton candy tinge sampling from Sparkling Ice Spiked. And there's Mike's. I guess they make one too. But there's, like with anything, there's going to be a lot of bad. Certain people are just going to get hammered and make it extra sweet. And, I get it.
Especially with something that's like a new thing to brew. There's going to be some that are just starting out that are like, can you imagine going to a kombucha fest? The kind of shit that you would taste there?
Oof.
Like,
we make this in the toilet in the RV, man.
It's the lucky toilet, man. We just leave it in there for a while.
But, they had cornhole. They had, other games you can play outside.
Yeah, nice day out. So it looks like Boston, it's going this weekend.
Dude.
July 24th.
Get up there, kid.
So it got reposted. I guess they moved the date. But July 24th, New York City, August 7th at the Brooklyn Expo.
Nice.
You may have to hit that up.
Not likely, but you never know.
The Seltzergate.
Oh, and a big shout out to anyone who went to the Full Send Festival, July 10th in New York City. A big shout out to Ryan, our friend who was on our previous podcast from Till I Die, his big music festival.
Yeah.
It looked like it went pretty well. Had a great weather day for that. I, of course, couldn't make it. I can't make it to New York.
I almost actually, Melanie said to me, we should fly through Newark and go to the festival. And I was like, I am too freaking tired. I haven't slept for 2 days. I just want to go home.
Last place.
I want to pick up my dog. Yeah.
Just cuddle.
Tough.
Just cuddle.
Just want to cuddle.
Yeah. Well, speaking of cuddling, I think it's time to go to the ski news. And yes, if you're an Indy Pass holder, you have 4 new places you get to cuddle this winter.
Boom.
Indy Pass keeps delivering. 4 new resorts: Snow Valley, California; Ski Marmot Basin in Alberta; Titus Mountain in New York; and Montage Mountain in Pennsylvania.
Montage Mountain.
So big congrats to the Indy Pass. So they got Snow Valley in Southern California, 8,000 feet above the LA Basin in the beautiful San Bernardino Mountains. Snow Valley in Running Springs, California, features 13 lifts, including Southern California's only 6-pack, the high-speed Snow Valley Express that accesses over 1,000 vertical feet. One of Southern California's most popular resorts, gives Indy Pass a 3rd destination in the Golden State. Then we got up in Canada, Ski Marmot Basin, 3,000 vertical feet of breathtaking and heart-pumping terrain in Jasper National Park. 7
Canada
lifts.
can suck my dick. Just saying.
Whoa! And you got to quarantine for 4 months
Just
when you
saying.
go there.
Is that a teaser for what I'm going to be talking about?
Apparently.
God damn.
7 lifts, including 3 express quads, provide access to 5 mountain faces and 1,720 acres of bowls, gladed trees, chutes, and groomers. 12 miles down the road is the charming and authentic mountain town of Jasper, nestled in a wonderland of towering peaks and scenic beauty. Titus Mountain, the northernmost ski area in New York's Adirondacks, blessed with cold temperatures, reliable natural snow, plus extensive snowmaking, and a sheltered east-facing trail network. Under new ownership since 2011, the resort has experienced a renaissance of development and expanding popularity. It is one of the Northeast's top-rated family ski centers with 3 restaurants and private slopeside heated ski banas available for daily rental.
Ski banas. I like that.
Ski banas. And last, but certainly not least, Montage Mountain, 400 acres with 27 trails, full mountain night skiing, 100% snowmaking, just minutes from beautiful downtown Scranton in Pennsylvania and 2 hours from New York City and Philly. Montage is the best kept secret in the Poconos. Shh. Here, you'll allegedly find some of the best terrain in the East and double Black Diamond Trail White Lightning, known as the steepest in Pennsylvania. If you're looking for great variety of skiing at any ski level with a fun local culture, get to Montage Mountain this winter. I know I'm going to hit Montage this winter because I'm going to have an Indy Pass, and I am not that far away. So,
I think I remember Montage cool. Mountain advertisements as a kid.
Right? Doesn't that seem like they were big in like the 80s and 90s?
Yes, definitely an 80s thing, like headbands and leg warmers.
Yeah. I mean, you got to give it up for Doug Fish and the Indy Pass. I mean, they just keep adding quality resorts to the pass.
Price. Dude, he's working his ass off. He's getting things done.
He is getting things done. And now, because the Indy Pass was so awesome, there's another pass. How about this?
There's America's Hidden Mega Ski Pass. So they're saying it's 3 days each at 48 mountains plus a season pass for $299. So it's actually Ski Cooper. They have their pass, but they have this huge reciprocal program, which you can ski at a bunch of other U.S. resorts. It's kind of interesting the way they did it. It's not a ski pass. It's their pass with reciprocals, right? So you buy the mountains $299 pass, $249 for renewing holders, and you get 3 days of skiing at each of these other mountains. So they actually have all across the nation plus Alaska, and international. What's the international one? They have Masaya, Spain. So it's pretty wild. So they are out. So Cooper Mountain they have plenty going for it. So they have a cat skiing operation. They got 10,000 feet. They got 270 acres of varied terrain. The ski map looks pretty cool. And it's one of the short draws in U.S. skiing. It's tucked off the highway. And it's seated less than an hour from a half dozen epic and icon resorts like Copper Mountain, Vail, Keystone, Beaver Creek, Breck, A Basin. So I guess where it is, a lot of people don't look for it. They look for the other resorts. So what they did is they created this whole reciprocal program, which is pretty cool, through a partner network. And they're saying they have a lot of other benefits at some of these other mountains, which is pretty neat. So they're saying, and the one in Spain just kind of gets me. I'm like, how'd they get that? They got somebody out there just talking to people, and like,
they got a guy.
Man, they got a guy. So
he's probably in Ibiza all winter or all summertime. And he's like, I go skiing in Marcella.
And they say there's not a lot of blackout dates either. So that's pretty cool. So it's interesting. Rather than buy one of these big ski conglomerate passes, maybe that'll be the deal. Have reciprocals through your own ski pass. So
there's a lot of overlap here too with the Indy Pass.
Yeah.
You see a lot of overlap, but this one seems to be a little better suited for Midwest Western skiers, while the Indy Pass seems to be benefiting the East Coast, Northeast Coast skiers the most, but is starting to build up a little more on the West Coast.
Yeah, they actually said they credit a lot of the success to Dana Johnson, Ski Cooper's tireless director of marketing and sales, for hammering out such a consistent platform. So I guess she's done the negotiation job, and they're very happy with it.
I mean, it really is incredible. If you're anywhere out there, if you're like by Cooper, and I mean, this seems like a complete no-brainer.
It looks like a nice, like I'm looking at the layout. It looks pretty chill.
I talked to a few folks when I was out in Colorado earlier this year. They said that Cooper's like a little hidden gem. I mean, it's supposed to be a pretty fun mountain. And again, you don't have all the crap like you'd have at a Vail resort, or you have to pay for parking, which is from the new Epic Pass standard. And, the Indy Pass the last couple of years has made a lot of these smaller resorts that people, often either ignored or overlooked, bring them to the forefront. And that's exactly what this pass is going to do as well. Just get people out to some different resorts that maybe they overlooked or forgot about, and need to go check out again.
Keeping that theme. That's the theme of, the post-COVID environment. That this is the theme. Like, go for the places that you wouldn't, off the beaten trail, that you wouldn't normally just immediately go to. Holiday Valley's on this reciprocal program.
Yeah.
You remember Holiday. That's where I learned how to ski.
Holiday Valley is great. Also, Yagu, the only resort in Rhode Island, is on this.
Whoa, look at that. Yagu.
It's
funny. They have like this little box and it says international on their map. And it's Masaya, Spain. I'm like, I've never heard of Masaya, Spain. I didn't know they had something there.
It looks right near the Andorra border.
Yeah.
Which I don't know.
Eagle Crest in Alaska. So
I know you're a big Tour de France fan. When they were riding through Andorra, I was like, God damn it. That's why I want to go ski there. And why? I think a small militia, I think we could take over that whole country. I mean, it's pretty much just mountains.
I think 24 hours. We're in and out.
Dude,
we're in and never coming out. We're just, that's New Pretoria. We'll name it Pretoria after Peter Griffin.
We could take over that country, I think. And there's so many ski resorts. It's got to have the most ski resorts based on the size, like per square mile of any country. I mean, it's just got so many, and it's so tiny. And
so if we take over Andorra and we make it one big ski resort, we just claim that it's one big resort, it could be the biggest in the world.
One pass.
One pass.
One pass.
The entire country is one big ski resort. How about that? I'm not the dictator. I am the president of this ski resort.
I'm just the head lifty. That's it.
I'm the head lifty. That's it. Don't look at me as a dictator. Yes, I tell everybody what to do, but that's just because I'm the boss. Not a dictator, just the boss.
I don't want to change people's lives for the worse. I don't want to take any of their stuff. I just want to take it over. I just want to be like the guy who is like the guy in charge and just can look at, like, you'll see me skiing, like, oh, look, that's the guy who took over the country. You're like, oh, him? Like, that asshole? Yeah, that's the guy.
What about a country for skiers that has the ski vision, that this is what we wanted a country for? We wanted our own place where we're not persecuted as skiers, so that we could call home and ski freely without persecution.
Dude, I've been looking at
COVID.
Like, islands and stuff and trying to figure out where that place would be. Like, I was looking like off the coast of Greenland, like somewhere, like there's got to be an island of just like mountains.
Why find it when you could just take it over?
Andorra. We're coming for you, baby.
Might be the rise of a coup. I don't know if we're going to get arrested for this. I don't know.
But I think it's going to be like an
Andorra
awesome
police going to come breaking down my door.
Like, it's not going to be like a bad coup where everyone's going to die. Like, it's going to be an awesome coup. Like, we're going to bring in like smooge. Like, we'll have cases of smooge.
Oh my God.
We'll legalize weed immediately. Like,
dropping flaming bales of weed all over the country. And once that sets in, you just come in.
Dude, we're just going to come in with smooge and weed and like take over the country.
Just like, dropping on parachute, cases of smooge, and just bales of weed just like burning everywhere.
Like, dude, trust us. It's going to be awesome with us here. It's not going to be bad. It's going to be awesome.
No poisoning the water supply with weed.
There'll be no vaccine passports there. As a citizen, you get like discounted lift tickets. Like, it's going to be awesome.
Whoa. As a citizen, there's no price for lift tickets.
There you go.
Boom.
And no fatties. Sorry. You got to pull your weight here.
Whoa.
Uh-oh. Now all of a sudden, it's starting to sound all like slave camp.
I guess we can't have supersized drinks either. Come on,
boy.
Man. Oh, boy. It's weird. Yeah, it started out good. And then he's like, and let's get rid of the fatties. Pretty soon, you're getting rid of other people. And now we got a World War III.
God damn it.
All from fucking Andorra.
It all started with the smooge and the weed. And now it's World War III.
It was raining smooge and weed on them for 2 days until they took over the country.
It started
off into a ski mecca that is called Andorra Valley.
It started off so beautifully.
It did.
And it was just a tragic ending. Like the blossoming of a lovely spring rose and then just seeing it wilt and die. That will be our coup of Andorra.
Hey, let's put the torch to it. And then it's done.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll see where that goes. Perhaps. Maybe.
Never know.
Cooper, get this pass. This is a solid one.
Ski Cooper, or maybe taking over Andorra. Write to us. We'll figure it out.
Well, speaking of taking over things, how about Mountain Creek in New Jersey? They have a goatscaping crew that is taking over the mountain because Mountain Creek is Mountain Creek. They have hired non-conventional landscapers that spend their days just eating and sleeping. Whoa.
That's the perfect way to do it, though.
The newest four-legged team members at the resort were hired as part of the goatscaping effort for the summer. A herd of goats and sheep walk around fenced-in areas from sunrise to sunset, snacking on all kinds of grass and weeds.
Oh, man, they must love it.
Amazing. The animals began their jobs in mid-May. Now there are 25 hooved staff members, 22 Nigerian dwarf goats, and 3 sheep. Mountain Creek Assistant General Manager Chris Haggerty said the resort hopes to increase that number significantly before their seasonal maintenance work ends in October.
Dude, that's so awesome. Humans being replaced by goats and sheep. I love it. I love it. But it's the natural way to do it.
I wonder how much money they're saving just picking up some goats instead of paying real landscapers.
You fence your yard and you get a sheep and a goat. That's it. Let them run around and eat all the grass. You never have to mow a lawn.
So, apart from being a unique attraction, goatscaping is a more effective alternative to traditional landscaping in several ways. It is healthier for the environment as property owners can avoid using chemical weed killers, and goats' digestive system allows them to eat poison ivy and other dangerous plants without being harmed.
Nice. Yeah,
Look
goats
at
eat
that.
anything, man.
They like
Get
tires
rid of
too.
it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, they eat everything. But think about it. You just chuck a goat on your property and let it munch away.
Or 10 goats.
Got a perfectly good grass. As an HOA, you get a bunch of goats, let them run free and just eat everything in the whole place.
And even better in the winter, you got plenty of mutton in the freezer. It's like a double
Right.
win.
That's right. You recycle, you bring that group to an end and then you set up the next group.
Rack of lamb and mutton.
That's right. And then every spring you got baby goat yoga and baby goats running around.
I mean, there really is no downside to this at all.
I mean, you got to keep this, people need baby goats, but what do you do after they're babies, right? Just saying.
This is true.
All right. So somewhere that's going to be near and dear to my heart, hopefully soon, New Hampshire reports healthy ski season amidst the pandemic.
Live free or die.
That's right. So despite the challenges associated with the winter season during a pandemic, the state of New Hampshire has reported strong skier visit numbers for the 2021 skiing and riding season. So according to Trade Group in Ski New Hampshire, which we know people at, maybe we'll hook up with them again at in Boston. Let's see if Boston happens. So according to them, overall total winter visits, including alpine skiing, cross-country skiing, and tubing visits, totaled 2.3 million, which statistically mirrors the 10-year average. The number is up 4% compared to the prior season, which was cut short due to COVID, that whole big COVID shutdown. So they're saying it was a welcome extension of the busy summer season that the Granite State enjoyed. So that's really cool.
But one very interesting additional piece to this, they said the state of Maine had a healthy winter as well, but this was not the case for Vermont, however. The state's strict travel requirements during the pandemic helped lead to a difficult season with an estimated 30% overall drop-off in revenue.
Well, I know 10% went to Maine and 10% went to New Hampshire. Where'd the other 10% go? New York?
Indy Pass resorts across Pennsylvania, New York, Connecticut.
Because I got to say that I'm glad everybody was being safe, but I think their heavy restrictions probably drove people to say, I'm going to go somewhere else where, and I've said this before, if I'm driving, I have a different attitude than committing to flying, booking a hotel, booking a car, laying out all this stuff that I'm not going to get back as a refund. It's a very big deal, especially having to cancel my trip at the last minute,
Yeah, that's what I had to do. I couldn't go to Vermont this year, so I had to find other places to go in the Northeast.
Yeah. Big snow.
Big snow.
Big snow works.
Speaking of big snow, I think it's time we roll in to the good old main topic.
I think it is.
It's been a few weeks since we've had a podcast, and it was nice to take a little break. Had a lot of stuff to do. Very busy. But I did miss our little conversations that we have, our collecting of stories to put these podcasts together with is always a fun thing to do, really. But one of the things that I did, in addition to going all over the place and finding Smooge, was, I hit up Big Snow with a couple of our podcast fans who've become friends, which is a really fun, cool thing to say. So a big shout out to all our people out there, to Rob, to Kendall, to Scooter, Brian, Brooke. Like we met up with all them. I met up with all them a few weeks ago, and we hit up Big Snow. And a lot of us hadn't skied in months, and I skied.
I was wishing I was there. I was a little bummed, and I was not having fun. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I know. Well, you hear about your escapade in a bit. But yeah, we hit up Big Snow, and it'd been a few months since I'd been there. And it was a Friday afternoon, and the place was, we got there 1:00, 1:15, and it was just, ski down, right back on the lift, right back up, back down, on the
Nice.
lift, right back up. It got a little more crowded a couple hours in, but it was super chill. It was really not that crowded. The snow was great. Couple icy patches, no big deal, but it was just so much fun because, again, it was July 9th and you're skiing in
Nice.
the middle of a swamp in New Jersey, and it's like 80 degrees and humid outside. It's unbelievable
Damn.
that it actually exists in New Jersey.
Wow.
And it was a lot of fun. We had a couple beers afterwards. Well, I didn't, because I had to drive all the way back home, and all those guys, all those folks, they were staying locally, and they got dinner and they hung out and got to see all that
nice.
was the beautiful Hudson County area of New Jersey. Secaucus,
The gem.
Rutherford, the shining star, really, of New Jersey.
Hidden gem.
But it was cool because, these folks, they traveled a good distance, and it wasn't just like a half an hour drive. They traveled 2-3 hours to get there.
Wow.
And, they all had fun,
That's great.
which is great because, we're all big skiers. We all love it. We're all passionate about it. And, to make that trip, it was fun to get together with people too, because we haven't really been able to do that too much because of COVID, because of restrictions, because of all the blah, blah, blah. It's just so much fun to get together with like-minded people and chat and share stories and, just talk ski things for a couple hours in the middle of the summer. It was fantastic. It was so much fun. And it was great to,
That's pretty awesome.
to meet Brian and Brooke, who they're based out of Massachusetts. Just, really good people. They traveled far to come down here, and for them to have a great time was I felt kind of like the ski ambassador of New Jersey.
Look at that.
And I want to make sure everyone's having a good time, having fun, enjoying themselves. Because, listen, man, like, I'm sorry for this state. It's got a reputation for a reason, and I'm part of that reason. I know that. I know that. But, you want people to have a good time and have fun and enjoy themselves.
And they willingly went to Northern Jersey. Just saying.
Willingly went, and I think everybody wants to go do it again. So I know
they all returned safely home, which is good.
Everyone was safe. Everyone's back. Was back home. They have stories to tell of their 37 U-turns and loops they had to make to get into
jug
the
handles
big sky and figure out where it is.
Jug handles, bottle handles, drinking on the side of the road, the whole thing.
Dude, you will be amazed when you go back to Big Snow, because when we went there that first time when it opened, that was almost 2 years ago, and it's built out so much more now. Like, there's just it's madness. It dwarfs the Brendan Byrne Arena, or whatever, Continental, whatever they're calling it now. Like, the whole structure, the parking garages, the everything, like, dwarfs an arena. That's how big it is.
Yeah. Oh, it's a monstrosity. That whole, I would say monstrosity. It's a monster. Let's put it that way. It's gigantic.
Is a monster, yeah. So I did that. That was my that was big. That was so much fun. And I also went to, the Adirondacks, and unfortunately I had some pretty crappy weather, so I couldn't do too much hiking or anything, but we did a rail tour where they converted an old piece of the railroad up there, and they have these electric assist cars that they put on the track. So you kind of there's bike pedals there that you pedal, and there's a brake handle that one person controls too. So you kind of cruise along this 3-mile track and 3 miles back. And it's, it was beautiful. Like, it was really nice. It was actually raining. We did that too, but we had ponchos and whatever, but it was fun. And it was cool because right after that, we went to a brewery. I think it's called the Woodstock Brewery. And I went to that same brewery in February of 2020, right before all the COVID lockdowns happened.
Yeah.
I went to Hunter for the day, and then I went there and got a beer afterwards. Beers are really good there. They actually have really good food too. And I that's what I thought about. I'm like, oh my God, last time I was here, it was just normal. Everything was normal. There was no one knew about masks except for like 6 Asian people. And just drank beers and lived our lives. And then it's, a year and a half later, it's been like a whirlwind. And, you always worry about people like that, those restaurants, those shops, those places that you have friends or you've met people and you had great times, and you wondered, like, over this past year and a half, like, are they still there? Are they okay? Are they healthy? Is the business still alive? What are they doing? And it was just cool to go back there and to see that the place was up and open and flourishing and expanded. So
Nice.
it was a fun couple weeks. And then, last week I had a wedding and it was crazy, and just it's been action packed. But
yeah, it doesn't seem like summer because it's just everything's just kind of flying by right now.
Like usually I bitch and complain about summer. Like I haven't had time. Like I've been so busy. It's just been like I'm before you know it, there's gonna be snow on the ground. And that is a good thing. I gotta stay busy because you know what they say, devil's hands, idle hands are the devil's workshop. Idle hands. So Mario,
that's right.
Let's hear about your joyous adventure across the border.
So like you, everything's flying by. I'm thinking it's like, yeah, we're gonna get into the summer in a few weeks, and I'm like, oh, the kids are almost ready to go back to school. Like it's like that kind of crazy.
Like I don't even remember June, like any part of it.
It's all a blur.
Completely.
So so my big outing went to Canada with the family. Now there's a lot of stuff that I did that I can't talk about for fear of reprisal from the Canadian government and other narco people that may report other people and get them in trouble and fined for the rude, uncalled for things that I did up in Canada.
That's why there's so many Canadians in Florida. It's like a splinter cell.
Oh yeah, dude, they're just coming down here. They're like, we don't want to fucking go back. It's like, so I have never, in my mind, if I thought like I would ever be in like Soviet Union, Russia, where it's locked down and you're a little afraid being an American, that's how I felt in Canada. So they went from my number one, almost in America, kind of like chill place, I'd go there all the time, to probably being on the, they bumped themselves way out of the top 10 places I'd go skiing.
What the hell, Canada?
Yeah, so this year I got turned off to the country altogether. Definitely once I was in the eastern side and the western side. Western side is totally much better. Like they're more well adjusted to being actually in reality and non-fascist. And the other side of the country is very fascist. So
did you go in brown face?
You know, I think I would have gotten into the border a lot quicker had I worn my brown face.
I mean, it probably couldn't have hurt.
Yeah, I could have just said, I know Justin Trudeau. I'm going to come in brown face just like he likes to do occasionally on just for big parties.
Put on some Arab garb, like walk in and be like, hey, it's like, oh, I'm the Prime Minister's brother.
Yeah, yeah. And that freaking guy, some people like him. A lot of people don't like him. That's why I think they're going through another election. But he shut that country down. How does their election
thing work? Like, they don't have like normal scheduled elections, right?
Yeah, it's like they can call for an election or something. I don't know. It's almost like impeachment without it being bad. That it's just that they're calling for another election, but it can happen at any time. I think, like if they agree to call another election, boom. I guess costs them a lot of money, but they do it. So going up there, like I said, it was not good. Felt unwelcome. Felt like I was being watched the whole time, and it felt like a very locked down, like a police state. It was not good. If everybody, a lot of people I hear rants and raves, especially what the news shows. People are like, oh, we all need to follow this, and we all need to do this, and we all need to do the same thing to be a good society and help each other out. There's a level of that I agree with. And then I think I got a little scared seeing the level that Canada went to it. And it looks like now what I saw was how the possibility of something like Nazi Germany coming around or Mussolini coming into power, that's what I could see. Like, yeah, if it's unregulated, that's exactly what could happen. So,
yeah, I've been hearing,
it was a little scary view on stuff.
It's interesting to hear that you're saying this because I've follow some Canadian folks online, and I tend to follow a lot of libertarian kind of freedom believing people, and I've a lot of Canadian people that I've been talking with or follow, they're saying it's really bad up there, and to hear you echo that, is a little bit scary. Because again, it's hard to hear when someone says like, oh, this is comparative to like, Nazi Germany, because that was one of the worst societies in history. But people say like, oh, well, could it have happened? Like, how does it get to that level?
Amazed at how to get to that level, right?
And you look at where we've come in the last 16 to 18 months, and it really is scary, because we have gone from just living our lives to people being like, like you said, like tattling on people, like, this person's not wearing a mask, this person didn't quarantine, they shouldn't be here. Like, we've become North Korea in some ways. Like, this is not what America or Canada is supposed to be about. This is becoming like a team game. Like, you get points, you get social points because you tattle on this person.
Exactly. And then people disappear.
Black Mirror
or
showed, you could watch goddamn Black Mirror and see how this is going to end up, because this is not how we're supposed to act as a society. Yes, we're all different, but we all have our freedoms. That's the most important thing, is we have our freedoms. And it's not like you were doing something to hurt someone. No one was being harmed at all. And the fact that these people project this sort of nonsense, that you're doing something so vile that you need to be reported to the authorities, like, that's a bunch of like, it's bullshit is what it is. And if people are standing up soon, it's going to lead to the ultimate tyranny, the ultimate autocratic state. And that's what we can't allow that.
Yeah. So to put in perspective of, talking to a family member that's up there, they said they hate it so much. The minute they're able to come to the US, they're going to come. They're not going to go back. Like, that's how much it's not even like they're afraid of it, because they've been living under this fear. So I think they're the point where they're not fearful anymore. They're just like, I don't want to do this anymore. This is just not a place I want to be. And to say it about the place that you grew up in is pretty big. I mean, and these are people, people later in life, like in their 30s, 40s, 80s, and they're all saying that. It's like, that's pretty bad. You live your whole life in one place, your family, your parents with it from there. And now it's just like you're disenfranchised with your own country. But it's to the point where they're, people are, oh, I saw a car at this house that I don't recognize. I'm going to call the cops and say they're breaking quarantine. You go out to a restaurant, they have all this contact tracing. Well, they don't have just the restaurateurs going up and saying, oh, can we have your information for contact tracing as an option? They don't really pose it to you as an option. But the creepiest thing is, you're sitting out in a public area eating outside, and police, cadets, so they're not full police, they're cadets in training with police emblems on, are coming up to you asking for contact tracing, not telling you that it's optional, and collecting information and walking away. And that was the scariest thing of all, because it's taking your police force to do social tracing of where you are, what you're doing, and who you're with. And that's a little George Orwell-ish kind of creepy,
And none of this is about health anymore. This is completely blown past that. This is all about authoritarian control. That's all it is at this point. They don't give a fuck about your health. If they did, they'd say, hey, exercise, get vitamin C, get vitamin D, and go out into the sun. That's what they'd be saying. But they don't care about the health anymore. This is all to add new levels of control and authoritarian oppression upon the citizens. And this is just like 9/11. This is like, there's always some crisis that they take, and they just keep lopping off more of our freedoms every single time. Goddamn TSA was supposed to be temporary. Those fuckers are never leaving.
They're never leaving. Nope.
You think anything's going to change now? They're going to keep taking more freedoms away, and we're ever going to get them back? Never.
Exactly. Well, that's why, so at least we have the states govern, they have more authority than the federal, right? So the federal's over the states, but the states have the sovereignty of making their laws and stuff like that. That's why every state's a little different. Now, Canada, I thought, was a little bit more federally run, throughout. But I realized going up there that Ontario is worse. I was in Manitoba, and Manitoba is really bad. That's the place that was locked down. I heard Ontario's worse and more of a lockdown. And then I was in Saskatchewan in part of the trip, and Saskatchewan was all open. I was like, hey, I'm from Florida. This seems a little bit more normal, like at least you could go to a store. They actually have not quote unquote non-essential stores that are open. So you can go to, a Walmart or, for example, or, the Canadian Tire store, and they don't just have the food that's deemed critical for sale. They have everything. It's like you can walk in the supermarket and everything's for sale. So at least they're at that level. Manitoba just went to, and I don't know if Ontario's gone to that or they just went to it. They just said, okay, now you could sell non-essential stuff. So that was at about 16 months that you couldn't go in and buy a TV, but you could buy one from Amazon. Right. So that was okay. So while Bezos and Amazon made a crap load of money, it was because of, if you think about someplace like Canada, it's the only way you could have gotten something that was non-essential for 16 months. I'm like, Amazon didn't do anything. They're in the right place at the right time. But when they wonder why their local stores are going out of business, then, look at the policies they put in place. Because there was one town that was on the news when I was there, and the local grocery store was going to close because it's a very small town. They're the only grocery store in town, and they've been having problems getting their shipments in because stuff can't clear customs because they really stopped the amount of stuff coming to get through customs. So they're getting a trickle of products, and they're like, we can't sustain ourselves to actually just be in business. So they're going to close. And they actually said that may spin off a national emergency event because there's no other place that people in that town can go get food for like 50 miles or something like that. It's crazy. So they're talking about basically the one store that supplies food to the town would be out of business. I'm like, that's weird, right? When have we had to ever think about stuff like that?
Well, one example too is during the Stanley Cup finals or the Stanley Cup playoffs, how, you had Tampa Bay. Congratulations to your Lightning. You had Tampa, you had the stadium full. People are going to games. Everything's great. People are excited.
It was a lot of fun. Yep.
And then you have the games in Montreal and there's nobody there.
Yep.
Empty come on.
Seats. Just empty seat. Yeah.
Really,
I think Tampa was at 100% capacity. They were full.
I think they were. And you don't hear about these massive outbreaks, people dying in the streets in Tampa. Like this is becoming complete and utter madness. This is not about health anymore.
Right. So they have the hockey playoffs and they have the hockey season go, right? Now they did a whole thing where Canadian teams played each other all year. They messed up, just for this year, they messed up all the divisions. And then they brought them all together in a bracket style for the playoffs, right? So it worked, but it was different than normally.
And how'd the Canadian bracket do?
Yeah. Okay. Well, whooped. I mean, yeah, but except for the Canadians, they were the only one to come out of it, right?
Yeah, but it's like you have one division. So you have, 20 teams and one team is all full of college kids. Another one is like the best of the best. The college kids are going to get smoked. That's what the whole Canadian division was.
Exactly. So it was interesting that they did it that way. But the one thing that pissed me off about the whole thing is Canadian borders closed, but they did a special exception for the NHL.
Okay, hockey.
So the NHL is more essential than people going to see their families going on vacation. So a hockey game is more important than a vacation. Hockey game is more important than seeing your family that you haven't seen in over a year. Maybe they're not dying, but maybe you still want to see your mom or your dad. I mean, that's the bullshit that we were dealing with.
This is not about health anymore. This is all about control. The best thing, my dad got sick and passed away last summer. The best thing we did was not listen to any of these fucking politician dickheads telling us, oh, we shouldn't see him. We shouldn't go to the hospital. We completely ignored their bullshit. And thank God we did. And I'll do it again.
You made peace with it. Your dad was happy with it. Think about so Melanie at least got to see her mom for like 5 minutes, and that was it on the entire trip. I didn't get to go because I was in quarantine still, because those assholes say I'm in quarantine because I'm an American. So, yeah.
Yeah, we drew a line right here, and things are different here versus there.
But I tell you what, I never
it's different than coughing there.
Yeah, I was like, they basically treated me like an unwelcome guest in Canada, like coming into the border and going and all that stuff. And I was very surprised. I was like, okay, you guys want to be like that? That's pretty fucked up. I mean, you own that, and that's how your country is right now. No wonder they have problems. They have a lot of problems with accepting the Indigenous people and race in Canada. They have a lot of prejudice, and they have a lot of problems. Everybody thinks, oh, Canada's got it solved. No, they don't. They have a lot of problems. It's all over TV. They have a lot of special stuff to the Indigenous tribes that are there, and it's not like it's changing. They're trying to make it change, but it's not like they're further along than anybody else. Everybody says, oh, we have all these problems in America. They got them in Canada too.
I don't know how we can casually get back to normal. Like, is that even possible at this point when you have people acting like that and things getting because people are almost enjoying this. They like this whole lockdown. They probably sucked at life. They were socially awkward. They want people to, they keep preaching this, like, do you really want to get me sick? I'm going to get sick if I go out. If you people go out, like, it's not about health anymore. It's all about control. Shaming people, getting social credit for being this good person who follows the rules and stays home and gets their vaccine and does whatever the Führer wants. Like, this is exactly what this is becoming. This is not a good thing. This is not a positive thing to listen to and abide by whatever the government is telling you to do. Like, this is the opposite. This is like when you look back and there's a picture of like everyone doing the Heil Hitler salute, and there's one guy not doing it, and the guy's circled, like, be that guy. Very few people are being that guy right now. Everyone's just like bending over and being compliant, and it's not going to end well.
Yeah, they're just accepting everything, and it's just fucked up.
They're going to keep fucking making variants up. It's like fucking hurricane names. They're just going to keep making up new hurricane names every year. They're going to have a new layer of, well, this year it's all Latin variants, and then next year it's going to be Dutch variants, and then it's going to be Finnish variants. It's like there's always going to be a new fucking variant of this.
Well, here's the funny thing. So one of my friends was like, okay, if you look at your COVID card, right, you look on the back, there's you need spaces to put in your vaccines. Well, you had to take two shots, right? Well, that takes up 2 spaces. Why are there 4 slots on the back of your card? Booster 1, booster 2, and then you'll have another card that's booster 8, up to booster 8. It's just, if you think about it, they're like, we don't know how many shots you're going to need. 2, 1, 3, 4. They're coming up with these numbers out of their ass. Like, do they really know? Like, how they haven't tested any of this more than 12 months? If that, right? That they've actually,
not even.
How do you know what this does to your body in 10 years? Right? Like, everybody said this whole thing about
just follow the science and take the shot.
Follow the science. Follow the science is the biggest. Like, whenever somebody follows something, and they're trying to stop you from arguing with them, they're trying to pull some shit on you. It's that
they use that, or they call you racist. Those are the ones that it just completely
racist.
Says,
gotta just jump up.
I'm out of arguments. I want to end this discussion right now. Yeah. Those are the things you just yell.
I want to win, and I don't want to talk to you anymore because my point is the only one I want to think about.
Yep.
That's what it means.
That's how you end it. Yep. Follow the science. Well, wouldn't the science be to wait for a couple years of actual results when things have been
the science
fully
is to have a
approved?
hypothesis and try to disprove the hypothesis for a number of years.
That's the scientific method.
Right.
But the scientific method is racist because white men have been scientists. So it's racist.
But how
Like
can you follow the science without following the scientific method? Well, then it's not science. It's made up bullshit that you put on social media.
Yeah. We are in bananas town right now. Like people are just finding reasons to come up with bullshit arguments for things at this point. And you know what? I've heard people say that a lot of this is like the Chinese and the Russians just kind of throwing shit out there and being like, let's see what these lockdown dummies decide to do with this. And so many people, it's like a dog getting a bone. They're like so excited to like jump on and just gnaw on that and run with it.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, anytime you have a situation we have now, we have social media rules, people thinking that people are someone they're not, right? So you have 1 million followers, people are like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. Absolutely not. He could be doing fart jokes the whole time, right? Like, but he's got 1 million followers. Doesn't mean that they are anybody you want them to be, right? Other than who they are. It's just people don't look past that, and it's pretty sad. It's very dangerous.
Not a virtue signaling on there. Again, like, yeah, I was vaccinated. I did this. I did that. You see the fucking Foo Fighters had a concert where they wanted everyone to be vaccinated and they had to cancel it because someone had fucking COVID. It's like, what do you think? That this is how it's going to be forever now, you know? Well,
a lot of the bands too, I'm like, you know why they like you? Not because you're a politician or fighting for social justice. A lot of them is, you made some good tunes. Just sing your fucking songs and that's it. Like, why do you have to do other stuff? Like, I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Some people look for that. They're like, oh, they're very socially involved and everything. Like, you know, half of the greatest artists in the world are not really nice people, but whatever. If you want to think they are, go right ahead.
I still like Deadmau5. This guy's a fucking asshole. But you know what? He makes great music.
That guy's a douchebag. He's
a total douchebag. But he makes great music. So what? Go fuck me then. You know?
That's right.
Phil Spector. What an amazing producer. May have held a gun to a few people's heads and killed a few people, but, you know.
May have been a bad person, but hey, you know what? He produced some good music.
Right?
Harvey Weinberg. No, I'm joking.
I mean, the Weinstein Group, they had some, you know, what was the name of their movie company? Wasn't it Weinstein Pictures or Miramax? Miramax, all those great movies like Swingers, Big Lebowski, like they were all funded by that creepy fucking scumbag.
Harvey Weinstein. Well, I just saw he got extradited. I'm like, I don't keep track of fucking news, much less celebrity gossip stuff. So I guess he fled the country.
Did he really?
And he was
in jail.
You didn't even know.
He was in jail.
Well, he's in jail now, but didn't he flee the country? I gotta look at this whole thing.
I think you are very incorrect.
Maybe I was really hammered.
That sounds like something. You might be thinking that. No, man, he's in like a wheelchair now. He's not going anywhere.
Harvey Weinstein. That's who it was, right?
Yeah. Ugh.
Harvey Weinstein.
He's got 5 kids. I feel really bad for those kids. Jesus.
Yeah.
Sure wasn't Epstein you were thinking about?
So 2 days ago, he was extradited to California.
For more charges, right?
For more charges. But where is he extradited from? That's what I'm trying to get.
New York.
He had to be in another country.
Oh, maybe because of lockdowns. It's still in America.
Oh, no. I guess he was from Manhattan because he was serving time and they sent him back to California to face charges on something else.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, look at that. That's awesome. Hey, you think you're fucked now? You're going back to California to throw some more shit on you.
Do you know he went to the University of Buffalo?
Did he?
Look at that.
That creepy fuck. I don't know anybody that went there.
Oof. Terrible place.
That's why I didn't graduate from there.
I wonder if he skied at Holiday Valley.
He probably did.
He probably did.
I think he raped me. I think he raped me on a lift. He touched.
You should get in on that lawsuit, man.
I'm gonna jump right in. I think he touched me on the lift at Holiday Valley. It was 1989. It was cold out there, my friends.
You do what you got to do to stay warm sometimes, right?
That's right. I thought he was just being nice to let me stay, share the warmth of his fur coat. Yeah. So that's weird.
What?
Isn't that director still like at large? Wait, he can't be extradited. Was it
Roman Polanski?
Polanski, right?
Yeah.
Where is he at these days? Do they have a tracker on him?
Well, I was looking up Weinstein on Wikipedia, and that's where I found Polanski. He voiced opposition to efforts to extradite Polanski from Switzerland to the U.S. regarding a 1977 charge that he drugged and raped a 13-year-old.
Damn.
Fucking creep.
That's
which
creepy.
he pleaded guilty before fleeing the country. I guess, is he still alive? Maybe.
I think he's still. Didn't he do Eyes Wide Shut and he was in exile, like from another country or something?
Was that him? Or was that
I don't know. I'm all fucked up.
We have no idea. He did make a movie recently. He is still alive.
Still alive. He
won some French award. Some French lockdown douchebag award.
He's got to be in France.
No, he's in Switzerland, I think they said.
Switzerland? That's Swiss fuck.
Ugh.
Oh, Polanski was jailed near Zurich for 2 months, then put in house arrest in Gstaad while awaiting results of his extradition pleas. So 2010, they rejected him and declared him a free man released from custody.
Oh, look at that.
So basically, they limit his movements to France, Switzerland, and Poland. And they removed his name from Interpol's wanted list.
Wasn't that nice for him?
He's removed from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences.
How many politicians or not politicians? Oof, that was a Freudian slip. How many Hollywood people aren't like creeps?
Yeah.
Like anyone, it seems like there's just like a creepiness you have to have.
Oh, wait. In November 2019, a French actress named Valentine Monnier said Polanski violently raped her at a ski chalet in Gstaad in 1975.
I stand with Valentina.
Damn.
There's no women at ski resorts to rape.
There's just too much of a trail of this shit following these guys to believe that none of it's true, right? It's kind of like Bill Cosby. Why the fuck did they let Bill Cosby out?
Yeah, how did he get out? He just flim-flarmed and it's like
flim-flarmed and jill pudding pop and boom, he's out. He's like, I don't know, he's a magic man.
Just pulled the sweat over my head and just flim-flarmed out of this prison.
I gotta say, David Copperfield kills a few people. How do you put that guy away? He's just gonna magic out of whatever you do.
Yeah, find him. Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna make the prison disappear. Boom, it's gone. Yes, he made those women's clothes disappear, but he could make this whole building disappear, Judge. Don't mess with him. He's on a roll. He's on a fucking roll.
Goddamn David Copperfield.
Damn. All right, so the second half of the summer, what are we looking at? I got to come back for big snow.
I think I'm going to try to make big snow happen a couple more times this summer. I actually want to get Benjamin up there. Well, I got the pass. I got that the 10-pack, so I'm good for a little bit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So we got to get together with our new ski patrol buddy, Steve.
That's right. Our new buddy, which is our old buddy.
Ski Patrol Steve, we'll call him.
Ski Patrol Steve. SPS.
Ski Patrol Steve. SPS.
Yeah, we got to make that happen. That'll be super fun.
When you become Ski Patrol, shouldn't they make it a requirement that you do a front or a backflip to pass your final?
I'd prefer double backflip. I'd be more comfortable if my patrollers could do a double backflip.
With a tuck.
Triple
tuck. Triple tuck.
Yeah.
Do you do a triple tuck or a triple Indy? You're in
there. Like, you know what? The rest of the certification, like we can just all forego that.
It's all just paperwork. Don't worry about it. It's a formality.
We got this. Yeah, man.
Triple tuck.
You know what? I want to do some fine tuning of both the website and, kind of figure out our plan for some of the people we want to interview, and
yes,
kind of figure out our travel plans too for the ski season. Because like you mentioned, you're going to be up in the New England area far more than you have been in the last couple of years. So we're going to have some opportunities to do a little more skiing this winter. And I will be perfectly honest with you. I am ready to quit my day job. I hate working so much. I want to be a full-time podcaster, which is, yes, I have the dreams of a 10-year-old. And you know what? I don't give a goddamn. I want to be a skiing, race car driving podcaster. That would be so much fun. That's what I want to do. And
I'm going to start doing more dope shit, right? And just start doing stuff.
I don't even think we need to do more dope shit. We just have to be our dope selves and just let more people know of our dopeness.
I'm just saying MDS. That's my plot, my thing right now. More dope shit.
More dope shit.
I'm going to write this on my board, my vision board that I update every day.
I still think we need to make Little Yurty happen.
Little Yurty. I'm writing it down again. See,
I already started writing lyrics. I have Little Yurty lyrics already started.
How about we get like Little Nas X, Mid Nas X. There's a whole bunch of like Mid Yurty, Little Yachty, Big Yachty.
We got to start with Little Yurty, and then he can start he can have a whole crew after that.
What we do is we get one of those other artists to portray him as their alter ego, and then that'll be like, boom, that'll be us. But he's got to sing our songs. So I think we have to trademark the name so that then they can fit into the persona for the dope ass songs that we write. And comic book. We got to do a comic book. That's one thing I was thinking about.
Graphic novel.
One strip a month, maybe. That'll be in the newsletter, which are going to start going out anytime we decide to get it back going.
We got things to do.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, I think
your summer looking?
I'm thinking big snow. I got to make plans for skiing. Maybe trying to go travel again somewhere that's probably under quarantine in the next 2 weeks. We were talking about Paris. I don't think it's going to happen. Everything is on the map for me because I don't know, just because it is. So we'll see.
Well, hopefully you'll have some smooge in your second half of the summer.
Oh, can you imagine if they served that on an airplane? Yes, I'd have a smooge, please.
Are they still not serving booze on airplanes?
No, they're not. It's pissed me off.
Like what is that solving? What is that fixing?
And I didn't get upgraded. I'm a little pissed off at my whole flight, everything. That's the last 3 weeks. I'm pissed off.
You're not being treated like the fancy man that you are, and that's not acceptable.
The highfalutin high roller that I am, I'm not being treated as such.
Don't they know who you are?
It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. Yeah. Number one bullshit.
Number one bullshit.
No, it's number one bullshit.
Dude, that video is so fantastic.
Oh my God. He's so hammered, and he's just calling it out, though. He was like, why did that goalie get the best goalie award? He's like, Vasilevsky has two
Stanley Cups.
2 Stanley Cups, and he doesn't get it. Like, number one bullshit.
So if you aren't aware, we're talking about Nikita Kucherov from the Tampa Bay Lightning in the post-Stanley Cup final interview. It was one of those
magical interview.
Dude, he was hammered. He was like just pounding Bud Lights like during the interview.
No, I love it. It's like, is that champagne? That's number one bullshit. You want a champagne? He's like, I fucking won the Stanley Cup. You don't bring me a goddamn beer. Bring me fucking like champagne. I love that.
It was a fantastic interview.
If you're a champion, act like a champion.
Yes, because you know what? Most sports post anything interviews are the exact same thing every time. Well, we played really hard. We did this. They were a tough opponent. Oh, yeah. We got to work a little harder. Try it again next time. It's the same boilerplate, boring-ass responses. He was keeping it so real. He was calling people out. It was great.
Well, usually they, like by contract, they have to go out and there's a certain amount of time because in some of these interviews, some of the people will be like, how much time we got left? And like they are just sitting there waiting for their time to expire, that they have to contractually be out there and answer stupid questions. And then they just storm off. Usually they're just like, all right, I'm done. And they just walk out. Like I did my 30 seconds, 1 minute, whatever the time limit is. So he went out there and he was just like, you want to interview me? Go right ahead. I just won the second Stanley Cup in a row. I'm hammered and I probably never drink in my life. And I'll tell you whatever you want.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Highly recommended.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Well, I guess that wraps up the main topic. Wraps up the podcast. Nice to be back. Thank you so much for listening. Hope everyone's having a wonderful summer. Please check out all our information at skibumpodcast.com. We got the shop there. Check it out. Follow us on the socials, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Untapped at Ski Bum Podcast. Go to your favorite podcasting apps, rate and subscribe. We'd really appreciate that. If you want to send us an email, thoughts, ideas, critiques, recipes.
Yeah.
Other flavors of smooge you've had at the actual brewery, skibumpodcast@gmail.com.
That's right.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. We do appreciate it, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Stay high, stay falutin'.
See ya.